What's up, guys? Bad Wolf back at it. All right, so this one, I guess I must have mentioned something about a UCC-1 filing, and some of you guys are pretty quick. Thank you guys for reaching out to me and telling me, hey, I appreciate what you're doing. Thank you for not trying to charge an arm and a leg for this information. But somebody had mentioned that I talked about a UCC-1. Now, what a UCC-1 is basically it's an international filing. Okay, it's kind of like a notice to the world of what's going on. Now, on our site, the state of Wisconsin site, on the left-hand side, all the way at the bottom, it just says UCC on there, or UCC filings, and most people ignore it. They don't know what it is. Filing a UCC-1 is detrimental to you, especially as a state citizen or a national or anybody, even as a U.S. citizen. This is one of the best ways and most crucial ways you can protect yourself. Okay, so what it is it's basically your straw man. Okay, your all caps name will appear in there. If anybody has a lien or judgment against you, typically you'll see that pop up in there. They're saying they have first claim and right to your assets. So before you can sell anything or do anything, those people have to be paid out before the next person can come in line and try to get your stuff. Now, the reason why this is important is because you can become a secured party investor. Okay, so basically you're like your own bank. You become, well, that's what it is, secured party investor. So, but of yourself over your own straw man. So in short, what you want to do is go to your state's website, find the UCC filing on there. It's like $5, maybe $20, something like that each. I think it's like $5 for real though. They're good for 5 years. So after 5 years, you do have to refile your information, or not even so much refile, but update it. Just say, yes, it's still there, it's pending, and pay another $5. I think it is, maybe 10, depending on your state. It's going to be a little different. Now, what you do is you're going to take your name, okay, with your capital letter, and then all the rest lowercase, same thing for your last name. And you're going to put a lien against yourself. I would recommend putting on there at least $1 million. Okay. Now, the debtor, okay, which is you, okay, but it's your all caps name. Okay, so do you see where I'm going with this? So when you file for this, they're going to say, who are you? And you're going to put in your name. And then the other one is going to say, well, who are you filing this against? You're going to file it against your first name, middle initial or full name, and then last name, all in caps. Okay, because that's your straw man. So when anytime somebody tries to go after your straw man, whether it's the city, the state, a legal judgment, whatever it is, they have to pay out that $1 million before anybody can touch it. So if they go after you for $20,000, okay, they say, hey, you owe us $20,000. Well, then, okay, fine, I'll pay you $20,000. You have to pay out that $1 million lien against me first if you want to try to get it. Okay, so until that's paid out, they can't take any of that stuff. So put a lien against your own house, your own car, all of your property. Use every variation of your straw man name. Okay, so your name, first letter capitalized, lowercase. Okay, and you're going to file it against your all caps name. Okay, and let's see here. Do that. So basically, yeah, put all your information on there. They're going to give you a really long number. Okay, and that number you're going to want to keep. Now, what I did, and for my passport, I put my personal traveler plate number in my UCC-1 filing, meaning that I own that, and I put on there that if you guys want more information, or if it has to be registered somewhere, here's my registration number. So see what we did there? So because the DMV talks about you can have a plate, but they also kind of want it to have there's alternative registration, though they wouldn't exactly tell me what that means. So, okay, I have a registration. Here's my UCC filing number. Here's my plate on there with my information. All right. I feel like I'm forgetting something. So you might want to look up UCC-1 filing, becoming a secured party investor. I think there's something small in there, like when you have to put in like your email so they can contact you in case somebody, has a claim, but I think it's also like you don't want to use your zip code um, when for you as your person. For your straw man, yes. For your person, I believe you don't want to put on there. And there's something like registered agent. I think that's where you want to put once again, your first initial lowercase name. So there's a couple spots in there you'll see your information. But I believe that's basically about it. So, but here's also what I did. I went a step farther and I put in everything. I mean, this is going to sound a little silly to some of you guys, but this is how methodical I am. And this is how you have to kind of protect yourself. Not only did I put in all of my stuff, my car, my shoes, my clothes, I also put in hair, saliva, blood, whatever. Because if they ever want to, let's say I'm traveling in my car, in my personal conveyance, and they want to blood test me, I put on there, this is the price on my UCC filing, $5,000 for a fluid ounce of that on there. So when it comes to it, if they want to ignore all the stuff I have a legal claim and lien against this. So in my book, I have all that information in there. Okay, so I have my UCC filing that says that UCC filing, make copies of it. Put it inside of your binder that you keep inside of your book. Make a copy of it. Put it on your computer. Put it in your filing cabinet. That way, should you, for some reason, I've tried to avoid going to trial and whatever else, and you've told them, hey, everything you need to know before you guys do anything is in this book. Okay? So you have that in there for a layer of protection. That's all this stuff is that I'm giving you is layers of protection. So they say, oh, well, we have to take your DNA. Well, that's $5,000 or that's $200, a hair or whatever else. You took my blood. That's $5,000. That's what it is because it's private property, especially if you're not a U.S. citizen. When you're a U.S. citizen, they can do these things because you have agreed to be underneath their jurisdiction. When you're a state citizen, hey, before you do that, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. You should probably take a look at my binder. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to now take my right to plead the fifth. Have your sergeant or CO, come here and verify the information before you do anything, because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. As a private citizen, state citizen, here's my information. And that's how you do things. All right. So I believe that's about it. If I missed anything, I'll make an update video. I believe that covers the basics of it, but and in case people ask how much can you set it for, you can set it for really as much as you want. How much do you want to put a value on your stuff? I would say don't be ridiculous. $1 million, 800 bajillion dollars. Sorry, it's not really good Dr. Evil. But anyway, I set mine for like $1 million, for most, everything basically all together, house, car, blah, 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 and then you can even have a breakdown of it. This is worth this much. This is worth this much. If you want, do it however you want, be creative, just be concise. Okay. Don't say, well, $500, for per incident or something, leave it vague. Nope. Be specific, be a lawyer on their ASS. Okay. All of my clothes altogether, 50,000. House, a lien of 200,000. All this adds up together to be $1 million. Depending on your state, it might be different, but so look and see if there's like limits to that. I don't think any of them are going to have that. So here's my philosophy. It's always catch me if you can. Okay, so I'm gonna put on there, $50,000 for, a lien against my car. And basically you're saying that even though your car's worth this, if you want to take it or do something to it, impound it, okay, but you have to pay out that $50,000. I have a lien against it. You don't have the right to it. It's kind of like your house. You can't sell your house. If you got a secondary lien on there, you have to pay that off. Okay, you know, you can. I mean, yeah, you can sell it, but you have to pay them before you get anything. So you see what I'm saying? So very ingenious. Don't just take my word for it. As always, do your own research on there. But so look up UCC-1 filing. Look up secured. How to become a secured party investor. That's the short version of it. If there are some companies out there charging, man, I've seen everything from $500 to $10,000 for the information I just gave you guys. Seriously. And it took me a long time to come up with all the information. And like I said, this is a short version of it. There's little tiny things you can tweak it. I'm going to make another video, I think, on that or an aspect of that coming up shortly. But don't go out there and spend that kind of money, people. I mean, seriously, like anybody charging more than $500 for any of this information, don't pay that. I mean, don't get ripped off. Okay, it shouldn't cost that much for any of this information. That's why you don't see me saying with every video it's this much or that much. It's like basically, you know, donations. I mean, you know, most of the time, and I'll be honest, right now, most people are donating anywhere between $50 to $100, $150, you know, bucks. Anything like that is good. I mean, upwards to $5 for this information, it's totally worth it. Okay, and even a little bit more, to be honest. But don't go crazy. Don't start dropping a G or more. I mean, if you have, there's nothing wrong with it. Hey, I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't have dropped a lot of money. And that's why I'm giving a lot of either free or low cost. But don't lose your money. You know, save that for your family or whatever else. Or just do your own research. Keep searching on the internet. Google that stuff. You know what I mean? But if you want the short version of it, that's fine. I have it. In general, other people out there charging a lot of money, don't get taken, because once your money's gone, it's gone. All right, just saying, I've been there. So anyway, guys, that's it from the Bad Wolf. Got a couple more videos coming up, so stay tuned. Be right back.